We did it!
I don't know why that was very odd for me. I don't know why. Am I a little
That
delayed?
was really odd.
A
little delayed.
We're getting there. It's getting up there. It's getting up to speed. The actual recording is higher quality, so I think we're good.
All right. So, what is going on, everyone? We're finally here. Appreciate everyone that stuck with us for the past 20 minutes. We definitely had some more technical difficulties. This is the last week of the technical difficulties. Next week, we're going to be on track. Don't worry about it. We got the whole thing worked out and figured out there. But yeah, appreciate everyone for tuning in right now. If you are watching, make sure you say what up. I see Nick Newton in the comments over here on Facebook saying sup, fellas. Nick, how you doing, my man? Appreciate you tuning in. So, Fonz, I feel like there's something I want to talk about that not a lot of people are talking about, and it's I feel like something that went under the radar in this country. And I know that we really don't want to talk about politics. We don't want to get into serious stuff. But I feel like we don't talk enough about something that's a very serious issue, and I feel like we're all suppressing it as Americans.
I agree. So let me hear what you're thinking.
Zane Gonzalez, the Washington Commanders kicker, when he played against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win the game to go into the NFC Championship, why did he do that with his hair so many times in his helmet? Because that pissed me off, and I still think about it till this day.
You know, I was thinking about that literally the other day. It was funny. Sometimes I think about like me, I'm OCD with stuff like that too. Like, you know, I'm kind of like always fixing my hair. See, right now I did my hair like 3 times before the show. But yeah, it got me thinking that too. I'm feeling like Zane Gonzalez out here too. But yeah, it's a good question we got to talk about. I feel like
it's important stuff that we got to make sure we discuss. But appreciate everybody out there who's watching right now. I see that we've got a couple of viewers here from Facebook and a couple of viewers from YouTube and Twitch. So thank you, everyone. If you're watching right now and you know who we are, I'm Kevin Fitzmaurice. You can call me Fitz.
And I'm Fonz DeFalco, and you can call me, well, Fonz.
Just don't call him an asshole.
Call me for dinner.
But we are JDF Sports. Hakeem Nick's left.
Sorry.
You're good. We're JDF Sports, and we're back. We've been back. We were back last week. We're back this week, and we're back for the foreseeable future. So definitely get excited. We got a lot of stuff coming up. Appreciate a couple of comments here. Justin Fields' #1 fan is Insane Fonz.
I got to go on Facebook. Who put the well? First of all, I got to load up Facebook here with the comments here too. We're still gonna figure out how to go on with put the comments up on here with Facebook too. Or just again, it's been a while since we've done this. A little rusty getting back into the fold here though. But yeah, but you know what? Listen, as long as it's me and you talking sports, we're good. That's what the people want, right? Maybe not me, but you.
Xavier Godet, don't worry, guys. I'm here. Hope I'm not late. Xavier, my man, appreciate you. Lakers are the number 3 seed right now, number 2 seed in the West.
Serge Ibaka, Waka Flocka, Chewbacca.
Brian Attard, really great to see Fitz back in the saddle again. The internet's better with Fitz. Love you, buddy. Love you too. Brian, over there at the Sports Box, you've probably heard of them. You've probably seen their content or their posts. Or if you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan, you want the blood of Brian Attard on the end of a pitchfork.
If Brian Attard was here, I was going to wear my Jalen Hurts jersey. I should have done that.
Yeah,
he got to tell me when he joins next time.
He'd say something about how it's not a real quarterback jersey or whatever, but we love Brian. Appreciate you, buddy. Daniel, what's going on, man? Appreciate you for tuning in. Wesley, who's winning the NCAA tourney? I'm feeling Patino and St. John's.
Something about those Johnnies. I mean, Patino really turned that culture around very quick over there too. St. John's is now looking like a legit team too, and they could definitely, make some noise here. Again, I'm not following college basketball as much, but I keep up with the local teams and also my alma mater, St. Bonaventure. They got smacked, by the way, Kevin, by Kent State in the first round. No, like literally smacked. But they had a 6-man rotation, by the way. They pulled a Tom Thibodeau.
Jesus.
Yeah,
that's it.
Bad.
Just the 6.
Your starting point guard's playing all 40 minutes. That's when you know. So, but I've been paying attention to them, and St. John's. I'm proud to see they're doing well. We need a local New York team, at least for me, a local team to do well in college basketball.
We got Xavier. Dude, the amount of comments I screenshotted at the start of the year saying Lakers won't make playoffs is crazy. I have so much ammo to dish out. You do, man. You do. They're not going to win anything, but they're in the playoffs.
That's a new trend now on TikTok. The Shannon Sharp Lakers at 5 edits. It's so funny.
My man Keith, what's going on, man? Haven't seen you in a long time. Is it football season yet? Seriously. But the good thing about the NFL is that it's pretty much year round. We got so much stuff to talk about today. I cannot wait to talk about the Cincinnati Bengals.
Why would
and what they didn't do and what they did do. What a mess. A couple of other comments here. Got to shout out the GOAT, Brian.
There's my man.
Get a load of these guys.
Brian, it's been way too long, man. It's good to hear from you. It's good to see you doing well.
A shout out to anyone who's watching on YouTube right now. If you're on Facebook, definitely check us out on YouTube. The stream's better. We'll be able to pull your comments up. If you're there on Facebook, we still appreciate the view. If you're watching us on Twitch, definitely make sure that you hit that follow button. If you're watching on YouTube, definitely hit that subscribe button and check us out.
We're looking to move over to YouTube fully with the live stuff too.
We're going to, yeah.
So we're going to. So, this is just kind of a trial run for the Facebook people. We love you and appreciate you, but we're looking to move more stuff over to YouTube. So you definitely want to check us out over there too.
Breaking news: Dylan James is in the sky. Apparently, he's grown wings.
Yeah, right.
Dylan flying over to Vegas. What'd you say?
I thought was he flying the plane?
He would make a very good pilot. I'd feel
he would. No, he
trusted
would.
in his hands. Yeah,
he would.
He's got that voice that just I know that everything will be okay.
Yeah, he goes, "That is your captain speaking." I'm like, we're good. I'm like,
we're
good. No, that's that's good. I like that. That's a good topic here. Who would you be comfortable with as the pilot? Dylan is on my list.
Dylan's on my list too. Dylan, if you missed it, check him out. Last night he went live for Out of Bounds. We got some clips coming up from the show. Great content. Him and Tyler. I checked the show out last night. Show. Phenomenal. Daniel over here saying Stephon Diggs visiting the Patriots again. Yes. I'm going to be getting into that in a little bit. He left without a deal, but he's on the radar, AKA the ACL is going to take a little bit. We don't know if we want to make this deal right now because they're not in any win now mode or anything like that. So they were looking for a veteran guy.
That's how he kind of is. That's why he left Buffalo to go to Houston to see the win now. It didn't work out, but yeah, we'll get into that though.
He's not on Spirit Fonz
or Frontier Airlines.
Hey, Daniel, appreciate you, bro. Made the move over to YouTube. Thank you. Thank you. If there's more out there that are watching on Facebook, even on Twitch, if you're watching on Twitch, stay on Twitch. We're going to be on Twitch a lot more too.
You did some good with the gaming stuff on Twitch. We're going to be going over mainly to Twitch and YouTube. Twitch with the gaming stuff and YouTube for the streaming stuff and podcasting. And
Facebook doesn't like us very much.
It's not just us though. Have you noticed that though? It's not just like us. I feel like it's a lot of other people dealing with that too. Yeah. I think that era of the live shows on Facebook really aren't holding up now. It's now just YouTube and Twitch now, really.
Fonz, is Justin Fields the answer?
Listen, I'm not going to be that guy, but he could make some plays here and there too. I don't know why. You know what it is? I've always been a Justin Fields fan. I'm
a Justin Fields fan.
Like I put on like the clown mask when I say I still believe in Justin Fields. He could he could do something in New York. He could have some good plays with the legs. Look. The Jets haven't had a quarterback like Justin Fields is, running talent too. So they could come up with something though. He has a connection with Garrett Wilson. Could work. I'm just saying.
It could work. We'll talk about that in a little bit. I have some stuff I want to talk about with the Jets and a particular gentleman that I'd like to discuss departing from the Jets. But so if you're watching right now, make sure you follow, subscribe, like, whatever you got to do, share. Appreciate the love and support. Let's get into it. I want to talk about the state of the New England Patriots. I went on a big, nice, long rant, as I do traditionally last week. And a couple of things have happened since then. Cooper Kupp signed with the Seattle Seahawks. I'm okay with it. Kupp's past his prime. Would he have helped Drake May? Absolutely. He was
giving you a valuable game here and there, I think.
He stayed on the West Coast. He went home where he's from. He's actually going to be playing like 2 or 3 hours away from where he grew up. You did call it. I got to give credit where it's due. But yeah, Cooper Kupp, it's a little like he's obviously past his prime. He's got some injury questions. Mm-hmm. Is he a true number one? Like in Seattle, obviously they have a guy like JSN. If he came to New England, how would that have worked out? I'm okay. I'm not like salty about him signing. I'm happy. I think he'll do wonders in Seattle with Sam Darnold. I just didn't know if it was like the perfect fit here where I'm like upset that we missed out on him. So I'm okay. I cooled off on that. As Daniel was talking to earlier, Stephon Diggs came over, worked out. He was in Foxborough today. He flew home without a deal. There was a lot of rumbles and rumors of, is he a guy that's going to cause issues? Is he a good locker room guy? I heard a lot of stuff. Let's not forget, Houston made him a captain last year.
Yeah.
They raved about him. He was 7th in receptions in the NFL up until he tore his ACL. He was a good production guy for them. I think that it'd be a great move. You're getting probably similar production you're going to get out of Kupp, maybe a little bit less, depending on where he's at from that ACL injury. But you're a veteran that we bring in that can help Drake May to actually catch some passes. By all means, I'm all for it. I don't know. He's definitely not a future answer, and sign him on a 1-year deal. But we do know that Stephon Diggs has had some off-the-field issues. He said some chemistry issues with Josh. Now, what are your thoughts?
And I was going to say, like, talent-wise, it's there. And even last year before the 8, like you said, top 10 in receptions, too. And I think he would have done really well if he was healthy the full season. You said it, the off the field is more of like the locker room thing. If they start losing, which is a good chance, Fitz, I'm not going to sugarcoat it.
100%. You don't got to bullshit me.
Lose early,
they definitely
quickly.
Will.
And Stephon Diggs will not be afraid to say, I want out, or like bad mouthing the team. But if they're successful, he'll keep quiet. He'll be producing on the field. You kind of saw that a little bit in Houston. I don't remember what the record was for the Texans when he got hurt, but I think they were well in the playoff hunt, even in the division too. Way early in the season. So I'm saying, like, he was very, like, he was quiet and he was a leader with that team.
But was that the reason why?
Yeah, but you saw in Buffalo when they started not like losing all the time, but starting losing a little bit here and there, not getting the ball as much. You saw him complaining a little bit. So that could be the case in New England, where it could get bad really fast right off the bat with a second-year quarterback in Drake May. You could start hearing that. But if we're talking talent-wise, I think it would be a good spot for him. You know, why not for a 1 year, maybe 2 year if you want to give it a shot. So it wouldn't be the worst thing, though. I'd worry about the off-the-field stuff.
My man Wesley, go through your Pats spiel, but then I want to know, who do you want New England to draft? I'm assuming they stay at 4. I think that's where they pick. Yes, they do. They pick at 4.
4, yeah.
Couple of other quick comments here. Sean Militello, Dome Militello. From Off the Dome. Make sure you guys check him out on Sunday night. Sean, you go live at 7 or 8. Wonderful Saints content. Him and his co-host Nick, they're off to a steamroll right now. Great job, Sean, with everything that you're doing. Guys, make sure to check him out and all the content that he has if you're from the New Orleans area or Louisiana area, or you just want to keep up on the Saints and LSU. Says Diggs needs to retire. I think if Diggs goes to New England, I think it would be understood that they may not win. And he says he goes live at 7.
Good.
But yeah, he would understand that it's not there to win. It's to get your contract and to play football.
That's also what it is. I feel like he's smart enough to know that that's going to happen. I'm just saying, it's like in the back of your mind, you got to think about with Diggs.
Yeah, and then Nick Newton, if Pats fans were fine with Cooper Kupp, they should be fine with Diggs. If Diggs goes to New England and expects them to be a winning team, he's insane. Yeah, same point. So
I understand. I'm just saying that you got to think about that possibly, because you never know with certain players, you know?
Yeah. And then our boy Kernsey tuning in on YouTube. Appreciate you, Kerns. Dome Militello. Everyone loves some Dome. Sean's a great guy. I love you, buddy. Why pay defense when you can give all your money to Burrows, taking the chase? Hey, Daniel, I'm already getting fired up about it. I'm already getting fired about it.
You want to talk about it?
Oh, I don't know. Is it too early? I've got so much animosity built up behind this. But
I see that.
Just real quick to wrap up my Patriots spiel, and then I'll get into my Bengals thing, which I'm really excited about here. So we'll see what I mean, in all honesty, you bring in Diggs, and then if you were to draft Wesley, you want to know who they pick. I'm okay with Travis Hunter, and I've been kind of thinking about it. If they draft him at 4, they're drafting under the assumption that they're probably going to play him at wide receiver and then some corner. I don't think they would draft him at 4 if it was the other way around. I don't know that you draft a guy like that, a corner at 4, franchise cornerstone, when you already have a guy like Gonzo and you just signed Carlton Davis. So if Travis Hunter's the dude at 4, I like Abdullah Carter. I know he's got the foot thing going on. We'll kind of see how that plays out. I'm seeing that what's his name there from LSU, Will Compton, the left tackle. He's a little undersized. He's got small reach. I think was his knock.
Like that, yeah.
Yeah, Sean, you know better than I do about them LSU boys, but he's got reach. Go Tigers! He's got reach. Maybe it's like a small hands thing. I don't know, but he's a little undersized. They said that he might be better at a guard position. The way that you look at the offensive line right now, you've got Cole Strange, who was Bill Belichick's out of nowhere Chattanooga pick from a couple of years ago that Sean McVay roasted him for.
Pick. I forgot about that pick. Wow.
So he probably plays left guard. Bradbury plays center. Owenu plays right guard, and then Moses plays right tackle, who we just signed. So it kind of depends. I don't know if Campbell's worthy of I really don't know if he's worthy of the 4th overall pick. Drop down and get maybe a different pick. Maybe the Raiders at 9. I don't know. Maybe they move up and they want Travis Hunter. Sean said Will Campbell is still 6'6", 324, so I think he'll be fine. But yeah, I don't know. But their offensive line, outside of all this, I think they're once again, I talked about it. Go check out the clip. I love their offseason so far. I'm okay with the weapons. You know, we brought in Matt Collins. That was pretty much it. I still have hopes for Polk and Baker. And I think Pop Douglas is a great number 2, number 3 wide receiver. He just needs some weapons to open up the offense a little bit more. So I'm interested to kind of see how that unfolds. But right now I'm warming up to the Hunter idea if he's the wide receiver. I know that T-Mac is out there right now. Tet McMillan, not really sure what's going to happen with him. He ran pretty fast at his they just had his pro day. He ran pretty fast at it. So I trust those guys to make the right decisions. I really trust Vrabel. They've made some great draft picks when he was in Tennessee. So let's see. They don't have a good history of drafting wide receivers, so I wouldn't be surprised if they got somebody in their dog shit. But yeah, so that just kind of talks about that. But Fonz, let's talk about the Cincinnati Bengals.
What did they do? What did they do, Kevin? What did the Cincinnati Bengals do this offseason? Did they fix their defense?
So let's talk about the Cincinnati Bengals first.
Did they fix their pass rush? Did they fix their pass defense?
I know you love this as a Ravens fan, but last year they were 24th ranked in total defense. They were 24th in yards. Mm-hmm. They were 25th in scoring. They were 7th in takeaways, so I'll give them that. They got to the ball.
Yeah, they did. No.
They were 20th in passing yards and 18th in rushing last year. So secondary was atrocious. Rush defense was atrocious. All-around defense was atrocious. The only thing they hung their hat on was the fact that they were 7th in takeaways.
This is just a last year thing. This has been the Super Bowl, if you really think about it. Since they're running the Super Bowl, their defense has always been this terrible.
So they were the 3rd most Joe Burrow was the 3rd most pressured quarterback, the 4th most sacked quarterback, and they had the 3rd worst rushing offense in the entire NFL last year. Why? I understand Jamar Chase.
Yeah, you pay him.
Triple Crown winner, arguably best receiver in the NFL. I get it.
1,000 yards every year in the league.
Why did you pay T. Higgins? Why did you not get this Trey Hendrickson thing taken care of sooner? Because under the radar news, I don't know if anybody saw this, but Danielle Hunter from the Houston Texans is now the 2nd highest paid DN. He just signed an extension, $35.6 million. So now Hendrickson, who led the league in sacks last year and was in conversation for Defensive Player of the Year, now he needs a bag, which that money went up because you didn't do it sooner. You put a franchise tag on T. Higgins last year. You didn't get the Jamar Chase deal done last year as well. Jamar Chase, I get it. Why wait? He said he made that quote last year, right? I don't want a penny more than Justin Jefferson. I want to beat his fucking ass in a contract. That's what he said. He wanted to destroy Justin Jefferson's contract. So I understand Jamar Chase, and obviously you have Joe Burrow on the books, but let me just break this down for you real quick. Roughly $134 million are going to Burrow, Chase, Higgins, and Hendrickson's current contract, that's 47% of their salary cap on 4 players, one of which isn't even signed yet. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing when there were guys out there like a Carlton Davis, like a Milton Williams. There were so many solid, like we're not talking star power. We're talking guys that can go in there and contribute at a high level on a football field in your defense.
Yeah. Didn't you give him a huge contract?
They brought back, was it DJ Reader or DJ Reed, whoever their
DJ Reader.
Is it their D tackle?
Yeah.
They brought him back. I didn't see any other sides you addressed the defensive side of the football. So I don't know what the deal was where you go out and you paid T. Higgins. Chase's $161 million deal, which carries the highest average annual salary for a non-quarterback in league history, that runs through 2029. And then Higgins' deal, worth $115 million, runs through 2027, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand the logical thinking of the Cincinnati Bengals front office when your defense needs help and your offensive line needs help. You brought in Orlando Brown Jr., who played from your Baltimore Ravens, then the Kansas City Chiefs, then he ends up in Cincinnati. You have arguably one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, but now you're playing his top 2 weapons. That doesn't weigh out very well for me. How do you pay a top quarterback and 2 top receivers? You got to try to balance it out somewhere. I don't understand the logical thinking. This is a team that's going to score 40 points next year, but they're going to lose by 6.
Yeah, they're gonna let up 40 points. And on top of that, too, Kevin, last year they traded away their Pro Bowl running back in Joe Mixon. And they brought in what happened this past season. They went through a carousel of different running backs. I know Chase Brown was there most of it, but they went through other ones because Zach Moss got hurt.
Balanced out a little bit towards the end, but I agree with you.
But can you rely on that for next season when you wasn't sure about him? He's more like a receiving back, right?
Yeah.
So is that, and then you got to factor in too, because Higgins has a little bit of an injury history. His first year he was great. Second year was good too, but had injuries. He missed a lot of potential games. I know we talked about this on the side. I think he missed like a good portion of the eligible games he can play. You know, like I don't know the exact number, but and there was
T. Higgins.
Season. Yeah, I'm talking about T.
Yeah, he's played like. Let me look it up.
I think his rookie season, he was fully healthy. He played almost at 1,000 yards. Second
T. Higgins is phenomenal. He's arguably could be a number 1 on a good amount of NFL teams.
I would say he could be like a number 1 on the Panthers. I think he could be number 1 on the Patriots.
The Patriots, yep.
I think so too. And that's what we saw. We saw last offseason. We saw like
62 games in 5 years.
How many did he miss this past? I don't even know how many he missed this past season, but I thought he missed.
He started 9 of them and he played in 12 of them.
Okay, so then I thought it was less than in mine, but I thought there was one season where I know he missed I thought he missed a good portion, but
2023 he started in 11 games, he only played in 12 of them. I mean, last year was definitely his most injury prone year for sure.
But like you look at all last offseason, it was like T. Higgins potential trade packages. How many websites did we see doing like a list of 5 places T. Higgins should go to? And I thought they were going to trade him. I didn't think they were going to sign him.
And I get it. Like, you have to play good players, but you also have to build a winning roster. So Joe Burrow, who is arguably one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, I think that he's one of the best pocket passers. You've got guys like Allen and Lamar who can rush. You've obviously got Patrick Mahomes, who's in the conversation. He had a little bit of a down year, but when healthy, Joe Burrow is just as good, if not better, than all those guys.
Yep. I agree.
You've got a guy, he can't keep him on his feet, but he's got wonderful weapons to throw to. Sure, you made him happy. You struggle with the run game. They did turn it around later on in the year when they got rid of Zach Moss and they focused just primarily on Chase Brown. They brought in Khalil Herbert. He didn't really do much. Now they have Samaje Perine, who did really well with them the year before. Mm-hmm. They brought Samaje Perine in, so I don't know. He'll go with Chase Brown. Whatever. I understand that part.
Him and Chase Brown are the same kind of player, though. That's the thing.
But their defense... You have to play whoever's going to be the Steelers with DK Metcalf and George Pickens. You got to play the Browns, who are just ass. And then you have to play the Baltimore Ravens, who had the best offense last year in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got to play them twice a year. And then you have to go toe-to-toe with the Bills, with the Chiefs, with the Ravens, with the Chargers.
The play Houston,
Miami, all these high-powered offenses.
The Jets.
You put so much on Joe Burrow, so I guess that's their game plan is let's just put it all on Joe Burrow, go out there and sling this thing, and hope that he can dig us out of football games.
And you hope that both Higgins and Chase are healthy. I know Chase has been relatively healthy.
Chase has been relatively healthy. But once again, I have no problem with the Chase.
Deal. Chase you pay. Like we talked about Chase, you pay 1,000 yards, well over 1,000 yards every single season. Broke the rookie receiving yard record. Broke his own record again like 2 years later. So. Consistency. He's been a consistent player, so you pay him. It's the Higgins one where I'm not sure because you already paid the guy in Jamar. If they didn't have Jamar and you pay T. Higgins like that, I get it, but I don't. I think you need to divvy it around. Invest in that defense. And literally, your defense has been bad since before their Super Bowl run. Leading up to the Super Bowl, Kevin, do you remember we talked about it? Like, how are they making it this far with this horrible defense? All right, after Super Bowl, they lost. They're going to build up that defense. They haven't built up that defense since they lost to the Rams. They've done nothing with the defense.
And now Trey Hendrickson's threatening to sit out. So your best defensive player on one of the worst defense in the NFL is threatening to sit out because you're trying to work on a contract with him.
Honestly, I don't blame him. He's been
either.
A loyal, consistent guy for your defense. The only bright spot in your defense for the past couple of years. So yeah, I don't blame him.
I don't.
There's what if they trade him? Trey Hendrickson.
Well, he's out there. He's available for trade, but they said they don't want to trade him. They're letting him seek a deal, but they don't want to trade him. They don't want to go down that path. So I don't know. I just they frustrate the hell out of me. I don't understand it.
They're an interesting team, but they've always kind of been like this, even with like the Carson Palmer run many years ago too, talking about like a new contract. So it's not like it's been like a this has never happened before. Like they've always been. The ownership with the Bengals has just been like, it's just been like weird. They're notoriously cheap. It took them a while. They've never really paid their receivers like this. So they don't really have a well-run franchise from management.
Couple of comments here, Fonz. Let's go back here. Price, my buddy Price, I hate you. I'm just kidding. Wow. Price said spend all their money on 3 players, and then Sean said when they are your best players, that's what you got to do. Just restructure to sign other guys. I get it, and I get the restructuring thing, but I just don't see why you pay T.
And then when it comes full circle, you're going to restructure Jamar Chase and T. Higgins deal in 2027. You're not going to do that.
Now from a player's perspective, shout out Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. I don't know if you guys know this. Fonz, you and I were talking about it the other day. T. Higgins played this so well. Jamar, you're my guy. Gets up the phone, calls his agent, says, you're fired. Jamar, what's your agent's name? Gets on the phone, says, hey, I want to sign you. The guy says, great. Now, Jamar says, I'm not signing unless T gets signed. And T said, I'm not signing unless Jamar gets signed, which we all know that's going to happen. So now the agent and T and Jamar, they have great leverage. They walk into the front office of the Bengals and they say, hey, what's going on? Yeah, no. So you're getting one done or none of them.
I'm surprised they did that because the Bengals ownership is notoriously cheap. I'm surprised they didn't go, all right, see you later. I'm generally shocked by that part, though. But, man, Kevin, that's such a heady play by T.
Shout out to T. You got to respect it. He got his bag. And now he doesn't ever have to play the pressure of a number one because he's opposite across one of the best, if not the best wide receivers in the NFL. T's living good. He's got some Joe Burrow throws a pretty ball to him. It's phenomenal.
We don't hate T. Higgins, too, by the way.
Oh, no, I don't hate any of the guys. No, it's the front office I can't stand.
It's the front that made the head-scratching move, because he could have went somewhere else like the Panthers or the Patriots, just saying, and could have got a bigger deal with, what if he went to the Patriots? You think he would have gotten a pretty big deal, too?
I mean, we offered Chris Godwin $30 million, so I'm sure we would have overpaid.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he could have gotten more. He could have gotten more money anywhere else.
Which I would have welcomed. I would have welcomed T with open arms, without a doubt. Yeah. But
I wanted him on the Ravens back in the draft when the Bengals drafted him.
Yeah. So Sean said they should have extended Chase as soon as he was eligible. They did wait too long, and they waited too long with T as well. Nick Newton, let T go and invest in the defense and O-line should have always been the plan. What they're doing makes zero sense. That's coming from a Steelers fan. Sean said Chase Brown is a dog. Mixon was still good in Houston, but he's older and the old RB wall is coming. Sean wants Trey back. on the Saints. My man Maloof. Shout out Tommy. Billy, what's up, my dudes? Happy to see you guys. Billy Grant, we appreciate you, buddy. We're going to be talking a little bit of John Cena later on.
Turning heel.
Turning heel.
That's what I'm doing this summer.
You too, Maloof. Maloof said Boston Celtics sold for $6.1 billion. That's crazy. It is crazy. And
who cares?
So if you're a Celtics fan, you got to be happy about it. You got to be pumped about that. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit.
I want to know your perspective on it, so we'll get to that.
The Saints have $34 million in cap right now. Trey back to Nola. Price said, Kevin, love you, buddy. Love you too. Maloof, what's going on, man? And then Daniel over here on YouTube, the Bengals just think if their defense is going to suck, why invest money into it? That's exactly what they're going to do. They got a new defensive coordinator. Hold on.
They did?
They did.
Wesley. Didn't know that. I was making the joke.
Al Golden.
Oh, the Hurricanes. I think that's the Hurricanes' old head coach, I believe, Al Golden, if I'm not mistaken.
A lot of pressure on him. I wonder if he's questioning. Wasn't he from Notre Dame?
Yeah, but wasn't he the Miami Hurricanes head coach for a little bit? Or
might have been
different? Am I thinking of a different Golden?
He might have been.
That name sounds very, very familiar.
Andy was talking about 12 games in each of the past 2 years. Also was talking about a starting wide receiver for T. Higgins on the Raiders. Daniel said, I don't know why it's not coming up. Oh, I have to turn this one off. There we go. The Bengals are paying as much for Chase and Higgins as the Eagles are for. No. I have a stat for that. I have a stat for that.
Shout out to the YouTube comments, by the way. We saw a bunch. We're going to get to them in quite a little bit here. I see a Knicks one on here and Juan Soto by somebody. So we're going to talk about that in a little. Oh, I see a Chick-fil-A question here, too. We got the comments flowing here.
The comments are flowing. So, yeah, receiving yards per game since 2022. A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, 153.1 yards. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. You want to take a guess?
You said Devonta and A.J. Brown was what, 150?
A.J. Brown were 153.1 yards average receiving since 2022. How much do you think Jamar Chase and T. Higgins are?
Why do I feel like this is going to be are they going to be under?
They're going to be exactly on par with 153.1.
Oh,
One of which is the highest paid duo in the NFL. The other one are Super Bowl champions. Listen,
rings.
I hate, if there's any Eagles fans out there, you're going to love this. I hate the Eagles just as much as everyone else. I hate the fans. I despise you guys. There's a couple of you guys I really love. Shout out to Los if you're watching right now. A couple of you guys I like. I don't like their whole fan base. I don't like the team. I love A.J. Brown. I like Jalen Hurts. I love Saquon Barkley. I like Devonta Smith. They got some dogs over there. But their front office has to be one of the best in sports, if not in, and we're not talking baseball because there's no salary cap, so fuck the Dodgers. One of the best in sports, and I also love my Boston Celtics. They're definitely up there as one of the best. Their front office is phenomenal.
Oh, it's good.
They lost they lost Sweat. Who else did they lose? Milton Williams. I think there was Darius Slay. They got so many comp picks back for that.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles. This is the way that you build championship teams. 2 Super Bowls in the past 10 years.
I give them credit. And then I'm probably on the outlier here. I never really hated. The only thing I hated with the Eagles were some of the fans, but I never really hated the team overall. There was a lot of players growing up I actually kind of liked watching. And even now there's some current players I do like you said, A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith. I've always liked Jalen Hurts. Jordan Mailata, a former rugby player. Shout out to him too. So they have I thought I never hated the Eagles as much as everybody else. I never had a hatred for them. That's just me.
I do just because I'm a Patriot fan.
That's true too. That's fair.
They broke my heart. But they beat us. We beat them a long time ago with Donovan McNabb. They beat us fair and square with Nick Foles. That was one. There was no bullshit in that game. They beat us fair and square. Good team, good football team. I'll always give them credit where it's due.
Three good teams mentioned here by Gabe. 3 good teams mentioned by Gabe in his comment.
Protect the flock. Juan Soto is a Met. Knicks are no, they're not coming out of the East. Gabe, you're an idiot.
It's so weird. Juan Soto's really a Met. That's weird.
The problem is the management don't put money into the team, trying to manipulate the cap. It's a game, and they're not playing it. Too good of a division to justify T's contract. Couldn't have said it any better.
No.
Kelly, what's going on? Hand pink waving. I think that's an emoji, but it came up like that.
Yeah,
I'm late to the NFL news, but I'm shook as that DK left Seattle. Yes. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
I didn't think they honestly would trade him. I didn't think they were going to do it.
You didn't think so?
Do it. No. I was going to be Seahawk for a while, to be honest with you.
I don't know. Him and George Pickens are going to be insane. Hubbard probably retired because he saw the direction of the organization.
I forgot he retired too. That's another player.
Burrow's on a Marino career path, and it's 100% in the organization. 100%. Yeah. They said Burrow had a big role in getting them. Well, yeah, he wants. Of course, he wants.
I heard that too. Yeah,
2 of his guys back, absolutely. But yeah, they said he had a big role in it. Oh God, is that Chick-fil-A sauce? Yeah, so I can't eat Chick-fil-A sauce. Messes with my belly too much. But I love Chick-fil-A. Shout out Chick-fil-A.
Oh, I was like, what is he talking about? Is that Chick-fil-A? You were drinking Chick-fil-A. Are we drinking Chick-fil-A?
No. I just got a water. No, it's my buddy Zach.
What am I drinking? Am I drinking Chick-fil-A sauce? Can you imagine if it had a bottle of Chick-fil-A sauce?
You would know if it's Chick-fil-A sauce if you were shitting your pants.
I love Chick-fil-A sauce.
Yeah, makes you shit my pants. He was Notre Dame coordinator the past year and was Miami and Temple's head coach too.
So it's the same guy. Okay, yeah.
Tush Push. I'm going to talk about the Tush Push too because the Packers, Brian, if you're still watching, the Packers,
and I have a take on the
are wussies too. They're wussies.
The Packers?
Nick Sirianni. Yeah, the Packers are wussies.
No, we need more Italian representation in the NFL. I love Nick Sirianni. We need more Italians in the NFL, and he's the perfect representation of Italians.
He's kind of a dick as a head coach, though.
That's what Italians are. If they were all,
you don't have to interact with the fans. You never see head coaches interacting with the fans.
If I was a head coach, I'd be doing the same thing. If every NFL coach was,
he's already doing it.
Hey, now I gotta put my hands in my pocket. If every NFL head coach was a Nick Sirianni, like it would be mayhem, but it would be beautiful. To be honest with you.
Just all these Italian guys yelling at each other. What was it? Bill Belichick and was that Jim Schwartz when he chased him down because he did something at the end of the game?
Yes.
We'd have a lot more of that going on. Shout out my man Joel. I come to JDF Sports for room temp IQ takes. Thanks, Joel. Love it. Awesome. Nick Newton, the Eagles absolutely know how to run things. Super Bowl in 2017, complete rebuild and back in the Super Bowl again less than 10 years later. Absolutely. What if they trade Hendrickson to Ram Ranch? 18 naked cowboys at Ram Ranch. Andy saying hi. I'm not complaining if I'm a Bengals fan. Why?
I would
Gabe,
be.
What's the logic back here? Why you're not complaining?
If you're a young Bengals fan, you just love seeing offense, then probably I can see your argument. But if you're like an adult and you're like, what the hell am I doing here? Then yeah.
A bunch of comments going on here. Everyone, if you're watching right now, make sure to like, subscribe, follow, whichever platform you're on. Make sure you're following us on YouTube, subscribing to our channel there. Eventually, we're going to be moving everything over to YouTube. We won't be live on Facebook anymore. And it's because Facebook just doesn't like streamers anymore. So
Joel
sorry, guys.
Joel, you're supposed to keep that in
yeah,
dude,
come on, dude.
The money. Joel, I send you the money and you're supposed to keep quiet. Really.
That's another $6 deducted from your pay, idiot. Kevin's special sauce story would get the video shadow banned on everything if he went into detail. I'd shit my pants. I can't explain it. Rodgers just signed with GB to retire. No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. No, stop it. Stop it.
He didn't. I want to talk about it.
Would they
Mr. Cheese, you're
do we wait for that? Because maybe that could be a possibility that Rodgers could do that, if anything. You know, but whatever. You lead the way. What's the
my god. Oh my god. I want to get through all these comments. We have so many. Billy said Pat signed a new QB. Dobbs. Yeah, the Pastronaut. Now that he's the Patstronaut.
Yeah, look at me. He's a look at me, Louie, too.
No, was he ever a Raven?
No, this guy yaps a lot for a guy who doesn't really. I don't know. I got nothing for you here. That was more of a Matt Collins hate, so I got nothing for you. Shout out Josh Dobbs.
Sean, I got to give out credit to Sean over here. He did call it. I don't know if you remember that draft special we did a couple of years ago. When they drafted Jalen Hurts, Sean said Jalen Hurts will probably be the first quarterback in his class to win a Super Bowl.
I think we clowned him for that, too.
We did clown him for that. Shout out to Sean. Malou said, let's go, Pats.
Was that the Burrow Tua class? I'm sorry. Was that the Burrow Tua Herbert class, right?
I believe so.
That was.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Billy said, well, nothing surprises me anymore. Never thought Bruins would trade Marchand. I know that's crazy. Fonz, you asked me to give it to you in NFL terms.
Yeah, I said Mets terms or NFL terms, but yeah, give me it in like in NFL terms, like Brad.
That would have been like back in the day, Terrell Suggs in his prime, or like at the end of his prime, getting traded.
But still good.
Yeah, but still
Suggs,
good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So pretty. Yeah. No, I know, because the end of his year with the Chiefs, he was. Okay, that makes sense.
It was like a couple years before he went to the Cardinals.
Okay, because I was gonna say like Mets terms Pete Alonso, but Pete Alonso's still in the prime of his career, I would say. So you would say someone that's like at the tail end, but still has like 2-3 very good years left.
Maloof, if you're watching and you're in city, make sure to put this on your radio and drive around Iron Haven on full blast so everyone can hear us. I did that last night. Ending the tush push is as bad as banning the shift in baseball. Adjust to stop the tush push. I get that it's difficult, but not impossible. And learn to hit the opposite field.
That's
members only Monday.
Listen, am I taught? Can we talk about the tush push? What am I doing, Kevin?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go right in the tush push. I'm done with the Bengals, idiots.
No, listen, swipe that comment out of here. We'll get to that in a second too. The tush push. It's a football play. These guys are paid millions to figure stuff out. Just stop the tush push. It's just a glorified QB sneak. It's a play. It's a strategy. Other teams have tried doing it. Josh Allen did. Mark Andrews did it with the Ravens when they did the QB sneak like that too. But teams have figured it out. It's just some teams can't figure it out against the Eagles. And the Buccaneers actually did figure it out a few times last year. That's why they got knocked out of the playoffs. So if you strategize and figure it out, it's going to happen. Look what happened when the option play first came like a real big thing in the NFL. It was impossible to stop. Remember when RG3 and them came in with the option plays? It was like the first year or two was impossible. Now, look back now into 2025. It's still run here and there, but teams have figured out kind of how to stop it. The Wildcat, too, against your New England Patriots. They somehow stunned Bill Belichick. Look what happened since then. It still maybe ran once in a blue moon, but it's been figured out. Teams are going to figure it out, and given like 2 years, the tush push, like it'll be run very rarely because teams will figure it out. That's just my thing. And if you're fighting for it against stopping a football play, that's pretty soft.
Well, let's not forget quarterback sneak. Brady has like some of the most 1-yard touchdown runs from the pocket, right?
Yeah.
The Green Bay Packers are wussies for trying to ban this.
Yeah, that's
I'm going to say this. I understand the argument that defense can't push players. So you can't have everyone line up in the middle and to go right up. It's illegal and it's a penalty. But the offense can do it with the tush push when Saquon pushes and they have Dallas Goedert back there and they all push Jalen Hurts. I get that. And then, Jalen Hurts is pushing on his center and whatever. I get that. That's the kind of unfair side of it. But do it better. Do it better than them. Go find they lost arguably one of the best centers of all time in Jason Kelce. They got another guy in there, and they still had just as much success, if not more success. Just watch film, right? Frankie Louvu tried to do it. He wasted, 45 seconds to 2 minutes of our lives in that NFC Championship game by kept jumping over it. And then they literally said, if you keep doing it, you're going to get a touchdown.
I give him credit for trying. You know what I mean? Like, try something that see if it works. It's gonna get figured out.
You know what? You know what? You want to know how to get the tush push stopped? Have Josh Allen start doing it. Have Lamar Jackson start doing it. Have all these quarterbacks start doing it. And then the NFL is going to watch. People are going to get down to the 1-yard line, and quarterbacks are going to sneak it in. And the NFL is going to start. People are going to start getting upset. Fans are going to start getting upset.
Well, Josh Allen tried doing it in the playoff game. It didn't work.
It sucks that everyone else isn't as good as Philadelphia at it. I don't know what to tell you.
It's if every team did it and it was successful every single time, then I'd be like, yeah, we should probably ban it. But we've seen other teams trying to do it, and there's some that have had success, some a lot haven't. The Eagles are one of the teams that are just figuring it out 99% of the time.
There's a report out with that. Yeah, exactly. There's a report out that there's no injuries that have ever been on a tush push play. It's safe. It's effective. Why stop it? Do it better. Learn how to stop it. I don't know. Change the rule by letting defense push if they line up in a certain formation. Sure, I'm all favor for that. But try to figure out a way to do it. Exactly. Get Jordan Love back there. Get Josh Jacobs back there. Get Tucker Kraft back there. Go figure it out.
Tucker Kraft is such a Green Bay Packers tight end.
A Green Bay Packer. Would you rather have too many weapons or not enough? You got to pay. Okay, Gabe. Yeah, sure. Just pay every great player that you never build a roster. Build it through the draft.
Salary?
Bro, seriously. Gabe's on something today. It's dumb.
Dude, it's like this is Madden Fantasy Draft with the simulators or the like salary cap.
You know what's gonna keep Joe Burrow happy? Playing with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins or winning a Super Bowl?
Or being literally being healthy and standing up straight.
Not having to go to the sidelines and put your head down because you already have 4 touchdowns and you're down by 14 points. I don't know. Maybe that's
and you're sacked 20 times already by halftime.
Thoughts on Kanye West swastika diamond necklace? Jesus Christ. He's going through a lot. He is. That Wesley Burton take is trash. Agree they shouldn't ban the tush push, but shift needed to be banned. Hitting a baseball is the hardest thing to do in sports. Everything throws.
Stop. I don't like the shifting thing. It's a strategy.
Gabe's just saying stuff just to say it.
Yeah, Kevin, I didn't like the shift in baseball too.
I'd rather have Joel and Kelly get married. Kelly said, "Get well, Drake May."
Would you want a year of Aaron Rodgers?
No. All right, I'm just gonna say it. Where does this guy get off? He's waiting to make his decision. Newt, if you're still watching, your Pittsburgh Steelers are waiting for this guy to make a decision. The New York Giants are waiting to see what the Pittsburgh Steelers do so that they can make a decision. He's posting pictures of himself at a beach. He's on TMZ. They're interviewing him. He says he's going to take some time to figure out his decision. I'm sorry. What did Aaron Rodgers do last year? Where did this guy earn the right? Sure, he had those MVP seasons, but let's not forget, Fonz, what's the most memorable Aaron Rodgers moment the past 2 years?
Beating the Patriots on Thursday Night Football.
Running out of the football tunnel with an American flag right before 9/11.
I have that background on my phone.
Oh my goodness, that's disgusting. 5-12 last year. 63% completion percentage. 3,800 yards, 28 touchdowns, 11 picks. I'm sorry.
That's statistically one of the better Jets quarterback seasons in the past couple.
Where did this guy get off at 41 years old? You ain't Brady, bro. You've got 1 Super Bowl and a couple of MVPs, and everyone knows you for doing ayahuasca. Where does this guy get off waiting to make a decision? You should be begging teams to allow you to play or just retire.
No, I get that.
Look at me, Louie.
No, I get that too. He's got to make some sort of choice. But that being said, Kevin, if he does decide to sign, where should he go? Give me your thoughts and opinions.
Pittsburgh Steelers. They have the best receiving core I don't know. You tried it with Garrett Wilson. It didn't work. Your boy Devontae's already with the Rams. Just go play with DK Metcalf and George Pickens. And
how sick would it be if he goes to the Giants? They have a better record than the Jets did with Aaron Rodgers, because that could be a possibility too.
That could be a possibility.
So wait, so it's a little game we have to call a quarterback domino, a quarterback carousel. So the Giants are waiting for Rodgers to sign, and
the Giants need to sign Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
the Steelers need to sign Aaron Rodgers and be done with this whole thing. The Steelers worked out with Jalen Milroe, and they spent extensive time with him. Go ahead and draft him. That would be interesting. And the Giants, you could draft Russell Wilson and then sign Russell Wilson, then draft Shadir. Tyrell, if you're watching, do you love it?
Jameis Winston visited with the Giants too.
Oh, that's what the world needs. They need Jameis Winston in the Big Apple.
Honestly, we need Jameis Winston in New York. Honestly, I would be all for it.
Gabe, that's no excuse. If you're getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars to play a game, learn to do it better. Practice.
Wesley's my guy here.
We don't care that you broke your ankle. I love Wesley. I'm so mad the Steelers are even in this discussion. Aaron Rodgers officially he is the most overrated. Phenomenal player. Great with the football. One of the most talented people we've seen.
I don't think he's overrated.
Couple of MVPs, 1 Super Bowl appearance and win in his 14, 15-year career since a 19-year career.
If we're going most overrated, I'm going to go Joe Namath. That guy has more interceptions than
Troy
touchdowns.
Aikman too.
Troy Aikman.
Joe Namath, Troy Aikman. But Rodgers has to be up there. Super talented.
Dan Marino.
Ooh, he said it. This is the same Aaron Rodgers who hasn't talked to his family in years. Yeah, I don't understand it. Where does this guy get off waiting to make a decision? If someone offers you a contract, accept it. Why are you making the Steelers wait for their whole decision so you can go do ayahuasca in a dark room down in Peru with monks?
I did. Dylan talked about this too. We were like offline, whatever. Like going to Tennessee, have Will Levis learn behind him, and Tennessee just kind of stockpiles a bunch of picks too. Like that wouldn't be that bad either.
I don't understand it. Andy said, Fonz, what scares you more, Aaron Rodgers joining your division or Fitz shaving off his beard and doing an episode babyface? You don't want to see a babyface.
Oh God, that's a good question. Honestly, I'm not scared of Aaron. Listen. The Ravens have dealt with guys like Big Ben, Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, Jamar Chase. Nobody on the Browns except for Nick Chubb. But yeah, I've dealt with the whole Pittsburgh.
He's not even on the Browns anymore. He's a free agent.
Oh, really? But like, I'm saying with the Steelers, I've dealt with the really good defense that scared me for so long that like I can take Aaron Rodgers on the Steelers if that's the case. I can take that. You remember the Steelers defense, how tough they were in the 2000s? I can deal with Aaron Rodgers as a Steeler.
You see, a Brown streamer was saying that the Browns could be going for Sanders at 2, saying Stefanski has had a lot of success with limited motion quarterbacks with arms. Interesting. They hate Deshaun Watson. What a dumb move. What a backfire.
That's one of the worst contracts, would you say, in sports history, right? Or in recent memory. Right?
What a horrible deal. Horrible deal. I remember I used to get so much crap because I said that Deshaun Watson needed to just play on his contract for the Texans because he signed that extension and then held out like a year or two later.
Yeah, this is weird.
And then he got, diddled. Well, so,
yeah.
I love Boston sports. Terry Bradshaw, overrated.
Terry Bradshaw's up there, too.
I would rather get locked in a massage parlor with Justin Tucker than have Rodgers as my starting quarterback.
Listen, I'm not going to, that Tucker thing, I don't want to get into. That's just status.
Talented. Rodgers is talented.
Yeah.
He has as many NFC championships as Rodgers has. Didn't Cousins just resign a big deal with? No, Cousins didn't get cut and his money came in, which is Kirk Cousins the king, the GOAT of mediocre quarterbacks? Is he?
He's the definition of like, we want to stay afloat and stay competitive, but we know we're not going anywhere far. So we'll just bring Kirk Cousins along. Well, he'll give you like his moments, his couple of wins here and there, but we're not expecting him to go take us to a championship. That's what Kirk Cousins is.
100%.
Like literally, like your team's like, all right, like we have the pieces. They're a little young right now. Like give it a couple of years. We need a QB to keep us somewhat competitive and keep everyone talking. All right, let's bring in Kirk Cousins for a little bit. That's the.
We lost Fonz for a quick second. While we wait for Fonz to come back, a couple of comments here. My man Smitty, think Diggs is a good move for the Patriots. If they sign Diggs, that is, do you think it would be a good move for the Pats? Yeah, so Smitty, we talked about that a little while ago on the show. But happy to get back into it real quick for everyone who's tuning in right now. By the way, make sure you guys subscribing on YouTube, following us on Facebook, following us on Twitch. If you're watching on Facebook, try to head on over to the YouTube. We're able to pull the comments up, and we're going to be streaming over there moving forward in the future permanently on YouTube. So that's definitely the home for JDF Sports. But Smitty, just because I love you so much, we were talking about earlier, I think that the move for I'm just going to pull Fonz off here until he comes back. Oh, it won't let me. Well, Fonz is here for good. Oh, there you are, Fonz. You're back.
No, literally the internet in my house went out for a hot second. That was very weird. I just saw the thing flash on there. That's very weird. That was very.
It's weird. All good.
That's weird. No, I never seen that. Like the internet thing, it just went out and then came back on. So are we good now? Are we here? Kirk Cousins, is he good?
Yeah. Absolutely. My man Smitty on Facebook asked, and I was going to answer for him. He wanted to know if just what we thought about Stephon Diggs, or is Stephon Diggs going to be a good move for the Patriots? And like Nick Newton said earlier, if you're happy with Cooper Kupp signing with the Patriots, if he was going to, you'd be happy with Stephon Diggs. I don't know if it's going to be into fruition because he left without a contract. So I think that kind of tells us that the ACL isn't where they thought it would be. He might not be like a week 1 guy. So why bring a veteran guy later on in the year to kind of fix everything? I'm not really sure what they're going to do there. They're going to keep an eye on him. But I think it'd be a great addition, depending on off-the-field issues. We know those come with Stephon Diggs. But last year in Houston, he was a captain. They said they loved him. They said he was a great locker room guy. He was 7th in receptions before he went down with the ACL tear. He was up there in touchdowns before he went down with the ACL tear. So I thought it would have been a solid fit. I mean, you draft a guy like Hunter or T-Mac, and then you have Stephon Diggs on the opposite side. I think that that's honestly a pretty solid move. So I'm okay if they do it. If they don't, I'm also okay. I just want to bring the right guys in to develop Drake May. We ain't winning anytime soon. So if you come here knowing that, hey, we're probably not going to win a whole lot of games, but you get to work out with a guy like Drake May, then by all means, I think that it's a solid pickup. What do we got here? If I were the Steelers, I would have made Fields my guy. I agree with you. Imagine being in the same room as Justin Tucker and Deshaun Watson. Smitty's mom is so hot. And then I love Smitty's mom, and Dorothy Mantooth is a saint. Love it, Maloof. And then Brian said some things never change for Fonz, man.
Yeah, literally, that's what it is. That's what the internet does, man.
It is what the internet does.
I got to get a higher stable something, man. I got to just make my own electrical Wi-Fi stuff. I don't know.
You're good. We held it down for you. We're all having a good time here. But Kirk Cousins, the GOAT of mediocrity. I just want to throw the stat out there. And you were absolutely right. You hit the nail on the head with what you said, Fonz. But Kirk Cousins is set to earn $33.6 million in career earnings across 14 NFL seasons. Tom Brady earned $332 million in 23 seasons.
That's crazy.
So literally 9 less seasons that they've made the same amount of money, and Tom Brady is the greatest of all time.
Well, Brady took also a lot of pay cuts in New England, if I'm not mistaken.
Shout out Joe Burrow.
That's what I'm saying, right? He took a lot of pay cuts for that.
Just saying. Aaron Rodgers never wanted to take the pay cut. He wanted to hold out. Later on in his career, he always wanted to be the highest paid guy. Go out and get me a wide receiver, but I didn't see no pay cuts coming out of Rodgers. But there's a reason why Brady was the GOAT. To your point, exactly, Fonz.
Yeah, and then Tampa Bay was when he kind of was like, you know what, F it. I already took all my pay cuts. I'm getting all the money I could take. So look at what was that career earnings he has with Brady. Just look at how much of it was from Tampa. Let's be honest. I'm actually I'm not even kidding. I think he didn't take any pay cuts in his couple years in Tampa.
Wesley said real quick, if we're back on the Pats, what's the biggest position of need in your opinion? I know you said Hunter at 4 wide receiver, but is wide receiver the biggest position need, or is Hunter the best available? It's either Hunter or, in my personal opinion, trade down. I think that would be the best case scenario, Wesley. Trade down, draft a lineman, get more assets, get future picks, go get the kid from Ohio State in the second round. What's his last name there? Ibukum or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it. I feel like I'm messing up. I don't want to say the name completely wrong, but I know who you're talking about.
Egbuka, if I'm pronouncing that right.
Yeah,
Ibuka. I think he'd be a great fit for like a second round guy. There's also the dude out of Texas.
What's
Bond.
What's your second round pick? Is it still early? Right, it's not from another team.
Yeah, it's still early.
It's just from your original second. Okay. I know some teams have different ones.
How many lobsters do you think Bobby Joe would sell you for 1 year Kirk Cousins salary? Bobby Joe loves selling lobsters. That man is a saint. But Brady also had plenty of money coming out. And that's what you got to do. You got to play it smart.
No. 100%. Yeah, I think a lot of players do that. They're like, all right, if I'm getting smart players, they're getting money from outside of playing from sponsorships and deals or whatever.
Rob Gronkowski never used a dime of his contract money. He just made it all in endorsements.
Yeah, and he stats all of his playing money. He still has it invested or saved in there.
$45 million, $20 a lobster. That's 2.2 million lobsters.
It's a lot of lobster. Of lobster.
That is a lot of lobster. But I mean, Kirk Cousins not terrible, right? He's got 66% completion percentage, 83, 74, and 2 his whole career. So he's got a winning record. 288 touchdowns. Nothing super crazy, but still not bad for a guy that's been around since 2012 and was a second or third round pick, which by the way,
he was fourth.
So fourth. Redskins played that so well.
Yeah.
And then he's got about 43,000 yards. And 288 touchdowns. Yeah. 288 touchdowns, 43,000 yards. Not bad, but once again, the king of mediocrity, but he gets these contracts. Like you said, he does enough just to show you.
Look at the Vikings. They didn't really they just wanted that, like, they needed to get that quarterback to improve a little bit, and they did. The Falcons, before taking Michael Penix, they just wanted a little bit something to be somewhat competitive. So they just need to get to that point.
Tatum's mom won't let him spend any of his game money. That's a fact.
I mean, Tatum's a look at me, Louie. I mean, that guy.
No, he's not. We did it.
The dude will refuse to sign a North Carolina jersey for being in Duke for 6 months. Will wear an entire Lakers jersey for a photo shoot. Like, get out of here, dude. Like, get out of here.
They're not the same. Rivalries in the NBA aren't the same as college rivalries.
I feel like everyone just trashes Jason Tatum too.
They do, because Price, you still here? We're talking about Tatum. They do, and it's because he doesn't talk shit and he doesn't make highlight real plays. And he makes great plays. In my opinion, he's the second best basketball player. But
he gets rings. That's what he gets.
That's what he does. Cousins still has several teams that would love his service. They would, but yeah. So they didn't.
They would though. But again, look at
the
like
Steelers.
New York. People look at the New York teams. They just want to get somewhat competitive to not go to that far in the playoffs. They just want to be competitive and relevant. Kirk Cousins would literally fit that mold, just to make the playoffs or be in the playoff hunt until week 18.
You know what services that we would also love? The services of the U.S. military, especially the Marines, in a particular Marine, John Cena. He turned heel, Fonz.
I know. It's weird. Listen, people have talked about it for like a long time, that Cena, heel Cena. I didn't think it would ever happen, because WWE could have done this where, like, they didn't need him to do heel at all in 2025. They could have rolled off the retirement tour, the rah-rah, everything for the whole year, and it would have been okay. Honestly, fans would have loved it. But they did this weird turn of a heel at a Elimination Chamber show of all. Not like Royal Rumble, not WrestleMania, not a SummerSlam, a lower level show in the Elimination Chamber. And teaming him with The Rock, interesting. And then, Kevin, with heel wrestling, I don't know if you know, they want them to have like the cool theme music, the gear. Like, it's cool to be the bad guy. And Cena didn't come back right away. He waited a couple weeks. That's what I'm saying, right? You want the music, the look, and everything. He comes back, Kevin, in his regular theme and his regular outfit. And I
drank a beer.
What?
I drank 2 beers.
What?
I had a glass of whiskey.
I don't have the what thing. I should get that though.
You should.
But with Cena, he came out and he's like, "You guys, like, oh, I'm this now. I'm not a heel. I'm a face. I'm a human being." And they're like, fans are like, "What do we want? What do we get? What do we get? You get nothing. You made me the way I am." And honestly, after he said that, I'm like, you know what? He's kind of valid what he's saying. Like, I actually kind of agree with Cena here. Like, his heel thing is a very justified heel turn, where it's like, he's like, you know what? You guys made me the way I am. You booed me even though I was a good guy. That's it. Yeah. And we turned on Cena. And then, like, that's it. Like, it's a valid heel turn that makes a lot of sense. And it's going to be really good.
Billy said he's going to turn back. It'll end with him facing Rock or going against CM Punk.
Probably. It's not, the heel's not going to be until the end. Until the end of the year. I know it's not going to be like that, but we can finally test out and see how it works. And again, it's a justified kind of heel run. So I'm fine with that, because I think fans hate it now because they didn't want, fans don't like it because it's not that they wanted him heel. They wanted him to be the doctor of thugonomics. They want him to have the jerseys, the raps, and everything. That's what they wanted. They didn't want like a heel Cena. They wanted the doctor of thugonomics. That's why people hate him now. So this is like a very valid like heel turn where like he's actually legit being a bad guy right now.
So for those watching, how do you define heel?
Heel is a bad guy, and a face is a good. The full term baby face is like the good guy, the one the crowd they cheer on, they root for, and everything. Heel is the bad guy. They boo, and they just hate the person, whatever. So nowadays in social media, people like the heel. They kind of like the bad guy feel to it, though. So it's kind of a little bit like a fine line nowadays in today's social media world. But in traditional wrestling, babyface is the good guy, heel is the bad guy. So that's kind of what I would. That's the easiest way to kind of describe it, though. you would know who's a good guy and who's a bad guy when you're watching WWE for the first time, I would say.
Couple more comments here. Smitty said, watch videos of Jake the Snake. He was a major heel back in the day.
Jake the Snake was great. He was great.
And then my man Price, real quick about Tatum. He said Tatum will be appreciated once he's done playing, or if he ever plays for another team, it's because it's Boston. Yeah, and they're sick of us winning all the time. Brian said Cena wins the 17th at Fonz. They have 18. Cena wins the 17th at Mania, and Ric Flair wins Money in the Bank, and they face off for who gets the 18th.
Brian, love the idea. Terrible execution. Ric Flair should not at all be in a wrestling ring wrestling ever again. Please, Rick, we appreciate your time. Please do not hurt your legacy by going back in the ring.
Should have shaved his head to be a heel. That bald spot isn't very heel looking. Hot take.
He covered up the bald spot. There's a video of him covering up the bald spot now. So he's full on heel now.
Jey Uso winning Royal Rumble was trash.
Now I liked it when it happened, but now looking back on it, you forget he won the Royal Rumble because they're going now building the Cena and Cody thing now. Like Cena won the Royal Rumble.
I'm kind of done. I like Cody, but I'm kind of done with Cena.
No,
I mean,
Cody had a great run, but I think it's time to change things up. So I agree with you. I agree, but I think Jay winning, it's not bad. It's the fact that they're not pushing it now and they're putting him on the back burner, him despite winning. The Yi thing, I'm not a
fan of it.
But like, I like Jey Uso's a great wrestler, but again, they're not pushing him as a Royal Rumble winner. They just be like, all right, he's facing Gunther for the title. All right, see you at Mania. Gunther's great. You ever seen his chops?
No.
You should watch. His old name was Walter. Just look up Walter chops after this, and you're gonna be like, holy crap! But Undertaker. What were we saying, Kevin?
That guy. What's his name there? The dude with dreads. That's really stupid.
Why am I? That's really stupid.
Booker. No.
Oh, Booker. Do not say Booker T. That's so disrespectful.
Is that the guy I'm thinking of?
The commentator, Booker T?
No, not the commentator. He's a wrestler. Why can't I'm new to wrestling. For anyone watching, I'm new to the wrestling community.
Apparently I am. I just completely forgot the dreads. Trick Williams?
No, what's his name?
Is he on Raw or SmackDown?
He's on SmackDown, I think.
Who are we talking about here? Can someone
you and me were talking. You told me about him before. He's funny.
Yeah, and I'm just completely forgot. I'm blanking on his name now. You're putting me on the spot here, Kevin. It's on the show sheet. By the way, spoiler alert, we have a little show sheet.
He did the ladder match last year, the tag team ladder match.
Oh, R-Truth?
R-Truth!
R-Truth. Oh, I keep forgetting. I love R-Truth, but I'm thinking, when you say dreads, I'm thinking of long dreads down to here. Okay, yeah. Listen, someone said on TikTok, and I actually kind of would like this, R-Truth wins Money in the Bank and catches it on John Cena as a trend, and then Truth loses the belt to somebody else, and Truth's a champ for like 2 weeks. I think R-Truth does definitely deserve some sort of a title run. He's been in the company for like 20 plus years. He's like 53 years old.
Yeah, he told me about that.
Dude, and he's hilarious. And his goal now is just to make everybody break character.
Because there's no brand split.
I miss the good old days of SmackDown versus Raw. I love that.
Can we bring back Doink the Clown and Bam Bam Bigelow?
Well, I think they're dead. So,
are they really?
No, I think so. I hold on, please. Oh man, hold on.
Yeah, Smitty, it was R-Truth. And Chris, Dylan was live for Out of Bounds last night. So if you're interested in Dylan, wonderful show, great content. Him and Tyler, that was on YouTube. And then Kearns will be live this weekend on Twitch. Me and Kearns are going to be playing some games, so make sure you guys check that out. But yeah, no, this is just the Fonz and I getting ready for our podcast. Ooh. Sorry.
But hold on a second. By the way, Bam Bam Bigelow no longer with us. Doink the Clown, the original portrayer, passed away. So there's been multiple Doink the Clowns, but yes. They both have passed away.
I hope Penta gets a good push. Everyone loves Truth.
Penta has. I don't know if they're going to pull the trigger on him. I would want him to be, but I think he'll probably be Intercontinental U.S. champion for a little bit. But I think world champion, I would love to, but it's going to take Triple H a lot of convincing because you still got a lot of other people in the fold right now. Will
there be a wrestling show? This is it. It's going to be everything.
Listen, Brian, we're getting back. It's been a couple of years since we kind of get back into the fold with our stuff with JDF. So we're kind of doing just a couple of weekly live show, a couple of shows the next couple of weeks going live, BSing back and forth. Dylan James is a great show. Out of Bounds, we're doing those 2 shows, and then we got the streaming stuff with Game, which I'll make an appearance on here and there, bearing my internet connection here once in a while. Preparing ourselves for something that's going to be happening right around after the draft, a little bit thing called the pot.
Nope.
Pot.
Nope. Real quick, I don't know why we're not seeing Twitch comments, but shout out to EOS. She said, "Let's go," and you got to get a sponsor from Chick-fil-A for real. So appreciate that. I don't know why they're not coming up. So I apologize.
Sandwiches are elite.
Oh yeah, elite.
Where
was I? Okay. What else we got? WWF circa 1992 and 1996 was the best.
It was good. Listen, I grew up in the Ruthless Aggression era, so I'll say like the late 90s, 2000s was like, personally for me, as I was holding in a burp there. Oh my goodness, don't hold in burps, guys. Woo! That's what the show's all about, baby. Justin Fields, your thoughts?
Justin Fields is now a New York Jet. I like it. I like the move. A couple other real quick things before we wrap up here. Fonz, what is the most exciting jerseys post free agency in the NFL?
Like, all right, so are we talking like new players signing?
New players that signed with the team.
I mean, the Raiders jerseys are very clean, and I like Geno Smith, so I would put him in there. Like the black Raiders jersey is definitely really sharp. The thing with the Devontae Adams, I don't like the Rams jerseys that much, to be honest with you. The royal blue is nice, but I'm not a. It's not really calling to me. Oh, now the Twitch comments are pulling up. I can't get a Steelers jersey. Shout out Nick Newton. I can't do it physically. I cannot do it. Probably the Justin Fields Jets one. Maybe Justin Fields Jets jersey I probably would go for the best one, right?
I feel like that DK Metcalf number 4 Steelers jersey is going to be pretty fire.
I just can't wear a Steelers jersey.
And here's a random one. Leonard Floyd on the Atlanta Falcons. He's from Atlanta.
The Falcons throwback jerseys they wear with the red helmets, that would be.
Metcalf Steelers jersey is clean. See, he gets it.
What about the Color Rush jersey?
For the Falcons?
No, I was talking about the Steelers.
Oh, yeah, I missed that. As long as it's not the Bumblebees.
Dude, there's rumblings going around that the NFL might bring some sort of a second round of Color Rush where teams wear specific uniforms for rival games.
That'd be pretty cool.
There's been rumblings the NFL might do something like that for like Thursday night games, like similar to like the City Connect jerseys for baseball.
That'd be interesting.
It wouldn't count towards the teams can wear up to 3 times an alternate jersey, but it wouldn't count towards that 3 max slot. But if you play on Thursday nights, you have to wear like this special Thursday uniform. So there's been rumblings they might be cooking up something like that.
Fonz, if any of our subscribers wanted to get all their, jersey information, they wanted to find out what's going on, they wanted to see maybe like a YouTube channel or a TikTok that does jerseys, where can they find that?
Well, I have one. It's called Fonz Talks Jerseys. It's just my name right there, FONZ Talks Jerseys. And I do some bunch of stuff. I do some rankings, some great historical stuff, show off my collection. I actually just came out with a thing today, a little bit late to the game, but it's in March. My top 10 uniform match from the 2024 NFL season. Better late than never. I figured to go back to the books and look for them. And let me tell you, the top 10 was really good. Nope, Orange Creamsicles is a really good. It's not the best
Kelly
jersey.
They're one of the best. 3. I think the Eagles and the Seahawks are my 2 favorite throwbacks.
Seahawks, it's the Seahawks and the Buccaneers.
The old school Vikings too.
Vikings good too.
The old throwback Vikings. Yeah, that's Randy Moss, baby.
Houston Oilers.
Cancer survivor Randy Moss.
Yeah, shout out Randy Moss, by the way.
Shout out Randy Moss. Love Randy Moss.
The Oilers one's good. Jaguars throwbacks are really nice now. The Prowlers.
Yeah.
So I might actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna go Seahawks, Jaguars, Buccaneers.
The Jaguars are really nice. I like the throwbacks. Yeah. If I had to go throwback jerseys, I would go Eagles, Bucks Creamsicles, and the Seahawks. Those Kelly green, that color of the Kelly green.
Yeah. I think the Eagles with me, like I like them, but people want them as their permanent jerseys. I think it's better as their like once 2 games a year throwbacks. They shouldn't be the permanent jerseys, but they're still good.
Yeah, I agree. All right, Fonz, I think that wraps us up. Anything else you want to discuss?
Kevin, we're back in the fold a little bit. We're going here and there. Sorry for a little bit of the technical stuff at the beginning and during it, but again, we're back in the rolling. We're back in good, and we're going to find out what's going to happen in a couple weeks when we launch our new... Not going to say it.
Not going to say it. But appreciate everyone for tuning in and commenting. We had comments on Facebook. I apologize. We have 2 screens up. So shout out Chris and Newt. But yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, we got the comments rolling on here. We appreciate all the support, all the love. Thank you, everyone, for sharing. Make sure you're liking the page. Make sure you're subscribed to us on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch. Out of Bounds last night with Dylan James. This weekend, you're going to check me and Kearns out. We're going to be streaming some games. I think we may play Sea of Thieves or Grand Theft Auto. But we're going to have a lot of fun with that. So, yeah, this is it. We've been back for a little bit now. We got a lot of good content that is coming down the pipeline. We're really excited. We're getting ready for our big draft special that we do every single year. So, once again, appreciate everyone for supporting. Thank you guys for the love. Make sure you're following us on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube. We're going to have the podcast coming out soon for the channel. And then Fonz and I working on a little something on the radar.
You spoke too much.
I spoke too much.
Get him out.
Brian said, good to see you guys again. Take care, Brian. Appreciate you. Kelly said the Bucks just don't feel like football. You're doing contact sport for 12 guys in pastel orange. Wesley, go Pacers, go Colts. Can't agree with the Pacers one. I do like the Colts a little bit. But yeah, final thoughts, Fonz, before we head out.
Let's get a Justin Fields jersey, me and you.
My final thought is shout out to Bill Chisholm. He is the new owner of the Boston Celtics, bought for $6.1 billion. Very excited. He's the co-founder and managing partner of Symphony Technology Group in California. He's a Massachusetts native, diehard Celtics fan. And he's buying a house in Boston. He's going to attend every single game. He's super excited about it. Hopefully he doesn't care about the luxury tax. And hopefully we can keep spending that money and keep paying just Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and Derek White and all those guys, because Celtics are going to be repeat for long here. Because the New York Knicks, who I thought would pull out, they have the Bodega Cat.
Goodbye.
Oh my God!
Goodbye.
Oh my God!
Bye.
All right, we'll catch you guys next week. Thank you.